Good evening, Raider Nation, and any other group of folks that might be tuning in to watch some Friday Night Lights as your Bacon County Red Raiders have traveled to Sylvania, Georgia, to a non-region matchup against the Gamecocks of Screven County. We're and I'll get to that in a minute. This brings back some memories. Me sitting in this booth from about 12 years ago, but I told Sky we'll discuss that momentarily. The last time we were here for a football game. But my name is Brent Johnson, and we are broadcasting again live from Screven County on the NFHS network powered by Play on Sports. But most importantly, we are BCTV's Red Raider Broadcasting. Alongside me this evening is Mr. Sky, or Coach Sky Keck, as we will be commentating the away games this year. I'm sure, I'm assuming Joe Hayes mentioned last week that will not be having radio this year for various reasons, and Joe and Heath will be commentating home games, and Sky and myself will be commentating the away games. We would be traveling anyway to broadcast the video portion, so we're going to take over that portion. Hopefully that'll work out. We can bring to you the best of Bacon County Red Raider football on the road. Sky, what's your thoughts?
It's a good day to have a good day. You know, that's my motto. I feel like I say that every single day, but
that's cool.
That's what I tell myself anyway. Hopefully it's a good night to see the Raiders have a good night.
Well, we look around at this field. The band is playing now, and it's a beautiful field, a pretty grass field. It's in pretty good shape. I guess they've gotten some a little bit of rain like we have. Not quite as green as ours, but it is a grass field here. Again, in Sylvania, Georgia, 218 miles from the center of Alma. We met at the Forks, so it was about 209 miles from there.
Well, the center of Alma is also the outside of Alma at the same time. So
that's a good point. But we faced the Gamecocks. As far as I know, this is the third meeting in about 12 years. We played last year at our home field. The score was 7-6. It was one of those games. It was a rainy mess. Raiders had opportunities to defeat this team, a team that went 9-2 last year and advanced to the state playoffs and winning the first round, losing in the second round to the eventual semifinal team, Swainsboro.
State runner-up, Swainsboro.
I'm sorry. State runner-up. Swainsboro. And so this was a quality team. I think they'd lost, their radio guy told me a while ago, said they lost quite a few seniors. They're relatively young, the guys that are starting on the field, and we are too. Good size, just like ourselves. They have a few more on the roster than we do, a few more warm bodies out there. But again, we're excited to be here. Last week was a disappointing loss for the Raiders. I think maybe they expected a little bit more than what we got, but that's part of it. Sometimes there's growing pains early in the season. We did have a scrimmage against Appleton County. You know, it was kind of hard to tell exactly what we were bringing to the table against another. You know, they were a semifinal team, Final Four team the last 2 years, as a matter of fact, in Class 3A, then AA. So again, we're still trying to get a gauge on what we're bringing to the table, and we're hoping tonight with another matchup against a school of similar size, we will find out exactly what we got.
Yeah, and honestly, tonight you really want to see how the guys respond. You go into week one of the regular season, a lot of hype, a lot of excitement for the new season, and you don't get the result you want. So how do you bounce back and answer back from that? You know, obviously with everything there's critics, and so how are they going to respond to that? And we'll see what we're made of tonight.
Well, before we go any further, I want to recognize the title sponsors for the specific football title sponsor is Bennett Johnson, Mr. Daniel Johnson. I want to thank them for jumping on board with us again. As long as I've been broadcasting Bennett Johnson, they've changed their name. It used to be C. Bennett Johnson, but with Mr. David Johnson, which is Daniel's dad, corresponded with us a lot. Matter of fact, Mr. David used to commentate radio for Red Raider football for some time. But Daniel has kind of fell into that spot, and I appreciate him and everything that they do, giving us the opportunity to come and broadcast. That's Bennett Johnson right there in Alma, Georgia. And then we have our other old faithfuls, and that's Family Vision Care of Alma. That's Doctors Hutto, McQuaig, and oh my goodness, just slipped my name. I'm gonna call her Dr. Miles, but she's married, and I apologize. I'm embarrassed. I'll get her name for sure. But there's 3 doctors there that work at Family Vision Care. The young lady that graduated not too long ago from Bacon County High School. But slipped my mind. Coley Electric and Plumbing Supply, Miss Lisa Coley and her crew there. Can't say enough about another hometown business that's been there for so long, and they support so much of our community, not just at the varsity level, but all through the rec leagues and all that good stuff. And almost, I don't know if she's ever said no to anybody. She may not have been able to give quite as much as maybe she was asked, but they're always willing to support. I was just in the store the other day with a water leak at my mother-in-law's, and I had to run back into the store, and, man, they were so helpful. Give Keith a shout-out, a gentleman that worked there, that I turned a simple incident into something complicated, and he was able to help simplify it for me, so I appreciate that hometown help. The other sponsor is Burt CPAs. That's Mr. Larry Taylor specifically, and his office there in Alma and Bacon County, as they serve other cities and counties, but specifically there in Alma, Mr. Taylor. I want to appreciate his continued support of BCTV's Red Raider broadcasting. Excuse me. So we're about to get the coin toss here as the captains are coming across the field. Can you read the numbers there of the Red Raiders, maybe their names?
Yeah, we've got 62 Bryson Lee, 53 Terrell Edmond, 4 Austin Reynolds, and 5 Rasheed Slade as our captains tonight.
And we've got a roster for the Gamecocks. Numbers we got out there for the Gamecocks. Number 4, that's Dre Flowers.
You got 5.
Is to Corey Grant.
And guy in the middle has got his jersey rolled up a little. I can't make
Jacked
that number
up,
out.
20, is that 28 maybe? Let's see. Is that Dalton K? Possibly. That's 23, maybe 28. Let's look at 28. That is, Dalton K. If indeed that number is 20, he's got it rolled up hard to see. All right, let's see. What was the toss there?
I did not see it.
Yep.
And we're going to kick off to Screven start this game. I believe they won the toss and they wanted the ball.
Yeah. The head coach for Bacon County Red Raiders is Coach Mark Wilson. We'll talk a little bit more about that staff as the game progresses. This is their second year implementing their system into our program. You won't meet a finer fella, great individual. We were talking on the way over. Mr. Wilson has a long career. This is his 33rd or 34th year coaching football, and everywhere he has been as a head coach, and he's been head coaching now for over 25 years. Everywhere he's been successful. He has had some winning programs, took programs to a different level, creating competitive programs, and we're anticipating that continuing here at Bacon County.
We got Isaiah Robinson teeing it up for the opening kickoff. We're going to get this thing underway here in just a moment.
Raiders will be kicking from your screen, kicking right to left. I don't know where the sun is to tell if we're facing west or north or east, to be honest with you. It's slightly overcast, which is good. Cool things down a little bit.
Yeah, there's no wind, no rain. Isaiah's going to kick it short there to the far side of the field. Number 3 is going to get wrapped up there. I want to say that's a Key Brown at their 30-yard line.
Yeah, you don't have to know Key's number. You just look for the hair.
Yeah, you just see the hair flying out, and you got it.
A Key is junior this year.
Junior, yes.
And like he didn't play last year, but he came back out this year, and he has made a fine young man. I mean, he's a tremendous-looking athlete, and you can tell, again, as he trots around there at linebacker.
So we're going to have Berrien start on around their own 30-yard line here.
Screven.
The colors, man.
I'm
colors.
going to call you out, Mr. Perfect.
Hand it off there up the middle.
About a 2-yard gain there.
Yeah.
Maybe fell forward for 3. All right, I want to give a shout out to Miss Jennifer Lee. I saw her in the hall today, and I said, hey, we're going to go live tonight. She's usually one of our faithful watchers. I said, shoot me a text if it sounds and looks good. There's an option play, pitches out.
Oh, good tackle there on the boundary out there. Little option play there by Screven.
It's going to be 3rd and 1, but thanks for Miss Jennifer Lee for shooting me that text, letting me know the sound and video is great. We are able to use – oh, hush.
Berrien got up to the line quickly there. He's going to make that play in the backfield. Going to have about a 2-yard loss there.
That's a great play there by the Red Raiders, just anticipating it. We're talking about a run heavy. You got a quarterback that's got some good size for this team, but they've got a fullback that's about 5'9", 225, 230. So a kid that short, he's going to look even heavier than that and run heavy. Not sure if he got the ball that down or not, but the Red Raiders were in the backfield and made a great play.
Yeah, we made a big stop there on 3rd and short. We're going to force Screven to punt the ball away to us. Get to see our Raiders, what they're working with on offense tonight. He's going to get that punt off.
Yeah, we need to get away from that ball.
Not a real high kick. We're going to let it roll down to around it's going to come to a stop there about the 17-yard line. So Red Raiders will take over on their 17 here.
Number 7 was the return man there. He's a new kid for Bacon County High School this year. He came in with his dad. His dad is the head coach of the middle school football program and the weights coach. This kid's a junior. He's a football and baseball player.
First and 10, Bacon from the 18.
First and 10 from the 18. 9 minutes and 53 seconds remaining here in the first quarter early.
We're going to come out. 2 receivers down here to the bottom. Got 1 running back. Got the junior Knox Ledbetter handling the snaps tonight. Back at quarterback. Moopy's going to come in motion and take the handoff. He's going to make a couple guys miss. Moopy's on the run here. Big gain there on 1st down. Gain of, I want to say, 13 on the first play of the game for DeAnthony Green. He had to make a couple guys miss there in the backfield and made a great play. Raiders are quick getting back to the line here, but Knox is still getting the call from the sideline. Knox takes a snap. Travion's going to take that handoff, and we've got a hole on the right side, and he's going to stumble out of bounds there for about another 13-yard gain. So Raiders are coming out hot here to start the game, Brent.
Man, that's 2 great plays there, and we're getting a nice little push. That's what I'm liking on that up front. On both sides was on the right. The first run was on the left side, and that was on the right side. Of course, again, you got 2 tremendous athletes, folks. These kids aren't huge, but they are quick and they can go.
Well, we better hang on. We've got a flag down on the field behind the play, and they're backing us up here.
That was one thing that really just destroyed us last week. We had a couple big plays, touchdown plays. One was that was brought back on a penalty. That was one of the sloppier parts of the game for both teams. There was about 35 or 36 total penalties. And Lanier, oh, here we go, going to wave it off. And Lanier actually had more penalties than we had. But they're going to wave that off. They got caught a break there.
Right.
You don't see that too often, Sky.
No.
Especially in our favor.
Got lucky there. See if we can take advantage of it as the Raiders are going to come out. We're on our 47-yard line right here. Gotten 30 yards in 2 plays. You like those averages.
Oh, you certainly do.
Snap.
Oh, that was a great play there.
Going up the middle. That's another 10-yard game.
Yeah, another first down. 3 plays, 3 first downs for the Raiders.
Yeah. Like to see us continue that all night.
Moopy may be one of the fastest kids I've ever seen us have on the field after his first step. I mean, he is wide open after 1.5, 2 steps.
And he's not a big guy. He's hard for those defensive linemen to get their hands on. Raiders are coming out with a little getting to the line quick tonight. Oh, I think we've got a false start there on us.
Yeah, a little too quick on that play. A little anxious. If we can get 7, 8, 10-yard chunks, that's not going to hurt us too bad. But they're going to make some adjustments, But here's when you run the ball up the middle like this, that's going to open things up on the outside because Knox he can get it down the field. Again,
he has a great arm. It is not an arm talent issue.
Definitely a different vibe this week than at the beginning than last week, without a doubt.
No doubt. We're going to take the snap. Knox is going to run power right up the middle here. I think he's going to get drugged down there for about a 5-yard gain, so he might have got the penalty yards back on that play.
Yeah, it'll be second down and about 12. We were talking about Knox coming over. You were right. Definitely arm talent is not an issue. He's put on a little weight, muscular weight, whatever. He's a little bit of weight. So in those types of runs, that's going to come in handy for him. He's not a tremendous threat to run way down the field, but he's definitely big enough that he can get 3 to 5, 6, 7 yards when you need it.
Right. Well, he plays baseball, and we do not give him the steal sign. So, as he's going to take another
there we go.
Snap,
look at that.
Travion is making moves there.
Well, if you could see that on film, he never stopped running. Even when he was getting touched and bounced around, his feet kept moving quickly up and down, and that's so huge for a tailback to keep them legs churning, keep them feet moving.
Yeah, and he's going to come up with a first down here on the Berrien 28-yard line, so the Raiders are driving here. Gosh, I said Berrien again.
Same colors. We play a bunch of red teams.
I'm going to have to get a sign to hold it up in front of my face, I feel like.
Yeah, because I'm going to give you a hard time about it.
Oh, we're going to have our first pass play here.
Aiden's
going to catch it wide open down on the bottom. And first guy trips him up there. That's about 7, 8 yards there. Down to the waiting for him to spot the ball here. The Berrien 18.
Yes. And again, I just mentioned earlier, being able to run successfully up the middle, it's going to create outside being able to pass the ball.
And Aiden's a guy, he had a big game last week. He played really well at the receiver position. Had an interception on defense. So he's trying to build on a strong start to his campaign. Our offensive line is set. We're getting the play in from the sideline here. Going to take this snap from the far left hash here on the Screven 18-yard line. Knox is going to take the snap, directly running up the middle again here. He's going to have to fight for those yards.
It's about 3. Again, that's a play where you're just keeping everybody honest. It's just something a little different that they've got to look out for, as they're concentrating on them dynamic tailbacks.
Trying to throw as many wrinkles in there for the defense to see as they can.
That's exactly right.
We just ran, I think that's our heavy package coming onto the field, some of our bigger linemen.
Speaking of that, these are on average. This is some of the biggest kids we've had probably, and Mr. Tim Harper may agree, since back in the late '80s.
Well, being down field level with them pregame, we've got good size. We look good in pads. We've got a flag here. That's going to be a flag on us right here. I'm going to take these 5 yards. Coach Wilson is not happy over there on that sideline.
Yeah, and the offensive coordinator's a wall over from us. He ain't happy either. We got 5 minutes and 10 seconds. Do we have a timeout on the field? I think we do. Bacon County takes a timeout. We will too. I'm going to run a quick ad for our sponsors. Be back in just a moment. All right, we're back after the timeout. 5 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The Raiders 3 and out. If you're just joining us, the Gamecocks, as they won the toss and asked to receive, and we stopped them cold turkey. They punt, and in about 6 plays, we have traveled almost over 60 yards with our run game, and 1 pass has been successful. And we're sitting here second and 12. We had a procedure penalty to kind of set us back, but that's where we're at right now as we come back after this short break.
Yeah, 2nd and 12 on the Screven 20-yard line. Got Knox again at quarterback. Rasheed Slade is to his left now at tailback. Oh, we're going to fumble that snap, but Knox picks it up and takes a nasty hit on the play. And we're going to lose a couple yards on that play, but we didn't lose the ball there.
That is true. That is true. It was a little bit of a low snap, and the timing was off, and it was just again poor execution there for the Raiders, unfortunately. But we do get the ball back. It's 3rd down and about 14 now. I want to say about Rasheed Slade. I tell you what, we saw that young man played well on both sides of the ball last week. He played like an angry guy. He ran the ball as well as I've seen him since his sophomore year. So, maybe that switch is flipped again on defense and offense for this young man.
Take the snap. Knox rolls out to his right, plants.
Oh, we got a guy open.
And Aiden Cochran brings that in. And we're going to get a touchdown on that play. He fell right down on the goal line. And there's Aiden Cochran again. He is off to a tremendous start this season. He has made, that's now probably 3 or 4 catches that have been contested that he has been able to haul down for us so far.
Had the highlight. If you saw on Facebook, he had the one-handed catch last week in the middle of the field. And Knox, again, couldn't have thrown it really any better, just out of the reach over the head of the defender. Well defended, like Sky just said. What a great play. Touchdown for the Red Raiders.
Got Isaiah Robinson lining up for the PAT here. Good snap, good hold. And the kick is no good.
No good. I kind of hate it we wasn't able to finish that off right, but 6 points is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think the snap might have been a little high there and might have messed up the timing.
We're going to take another quick break here and honor our sponsors, and we'll be back in just a minute here on the NFHS Network, powered by Play on Sports, brought to you by BCTV Red Raider Broadcasting.
You ready to meet the latest addition to the family? The money you saved us with auto owners helped make it all possible. It really is the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Excuse me?
Third best thing. Third best thing.
Auto Owners offers discounts for life, home, car, and business insurance because they think the more you protect, the more you should save. That's simple human sense.
All right, we're back with 4 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Your Red Raiders lead 6-0 as we just charged down the field, running the ball. Had in the second pass that we threw with 3rd down was a touchdown from Knox.
That was an impressive drive by the Raiders there. Just marched down the field at our wheel there. I mean, we have to be averaging 10-plus yards a play right now.
All right, I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. Is this a mandatory water break? Because we're taking a little extra time. But we'll take a little extra time here just to, again, if you're just joining us, and some of you might be, we are live on the NFHS Network from Sylvania, Georgia. It's about 118 miles. I think I said, did I say 218 miles earlier? I think
you did.
118 miles from Alma. About a 2-hour trip on the in a car and about a 2.5-hour ride on the cheese. Our band is not here. I want to well wish our band leaders, Mr. Will Garrett and his wife, as well as the assistant band director that we have this year. They've suffered from some illness this week and just the band unable to practice and this, and that, and the other. So long story short, they did not make the trip tonight. Cheerleaders did make it, and we got some fans on the other side you'll see on occasion that did make the trip, and we're proud for that. A good showing for Bacon County tonight. And, again, to be able to witness, last week we talked about how it seemed like we were just a little flat for some reason. And and the game was a little sloppy. You know, the week before we went over to Appleton County, and boy, it seemed like we were fired up. And, you know,
Well, I want to point somebody out that's standing on our sideline that is great to see him back, and that is Shug Parker, our athletic director.
You're exactly right, Sky. And after the kickoff, we'll remind our fans that just the reason he was absent for a couple weeks, and want everyone to continue to pray for his family.
Isaiah's going to line it up, kick it off here. He's going to kick it deep down the far side. Returner's going to bring it back towards the middle. We're going to – oh, he makes the guy miss. We finally bring him down at the Screven 35-yard line.
Good tackle, open field tackle there.
There was a lane there for a second. I thought that was going to break for a lot larger return.
Well, on the break, I thought, maybe I spoke it into existence. I said, I know this game is early. We looked pretty impressive there, and I said, they may take it back 80 yards on the kickoff, but fortunately we made the tackle there, and the Red Raiders will start out on defense here. We are glad that Coach Shug Parker is back on the sideline, our athletic director. Had an unfortunate accident. His son passed away unexpectedly a few weeks ago in an accident, and just our hearts and prayers and thoughts go out to that family, continuing as they press forward.
Screven's going to hand it off here, go up the middle. He's met by a couple Raiders there, but he's still going to fight forward for about 5 yards on the play, bring it out to the Screven 41.
3 minutes and 47 seconds remaining in the first quarter as the clock continues to tick.
We got 2nd and 5 here for Screven.
Got a young man on the line I want to recognize, number 74.
Screven's going to come to the line of scrimmage here. Hand off to the back up the middle. Oh, and he breaks a huge play. He's running right into Red Raider territory, but number 8 is going to chase him down, going to make the tackle at our 10-yard line. Oh, there's just a huge hole there that he was able to run through. He was not touched until Mike Dixon chased him down and tackled him there.
One of their good-sized looking tailbacks. He's short, but he is stocky as he comes off the field here right in front of you.
That was number 6, Prescott, on that run for Screven. All right, time for the Raiders to make a stand here deep in their own territory. Screven's going to come out to the line in the I formation here.
Direct snap.
Quarterback keeps it, pitches out to right. We got a fumble on the play. Pick that up.
Did we get it?
I think he might have fell back on it. We had a couple guys miss it.
Oh, boy. If we could get this ball, that would be huge, but I'm afraid they got it.
There's a scrum down there at the bottom of that pile.
I'm afraid they got it back. Yeah,
our guys are signaling our way. Screven's signaling their way, so let's see. And the referees are signaling 2nd down here for Screven.
They had an opportunity there. They kind of had a mishap like we did. They just couldn't fall on the ball, but that's going to be 2nd down.
Still going to be 2nd and 10. We just had a couple guys roll over the ball there. Oh, that ball ended up rolling forward there for about 5 yards.
Yeah.
It's going to bring it to 2nd and 5.
I was told, I watched just a few plays of them playing.
Quarterback takes a snap, handoff of the middle, and he's stuck in the backfield by Key Brown, wraps him up there. That was a great play coming off the edge by Key.
He come flying in there like a rocket and catching a big man by the ankles.
Right. So that brings us to 3rd and 5 for Screven on our 5-yard line.
No gain on that play.
Raiders trying to make a big stand here early in the game. And again, quarterback's under center. Handoff up the middle. He's pushing forward, but I don't think he got there. Nope.
It's going to be about 1.5 yards short.
Yep, the referee is signaling 4th down here. It's going to be about 4th and 2, I want to say.
I was kind of busy setting up. They didn't stay on the field real long after we got here. So did you happen to see their kicking game?
I did not.
They may have warmed up earlier than we got here. Looks like they're going to go for it. This quarterback's coming back in with a play.
Yeah, big decision here by Screven early in this game. Go for this 4th down here at the 2-yard line.
I think you need to be prepared for something on the outside, another option, maybe the quarterback optioning it.
Let's see.
Versus right up the middle.
He's under center. We're going to come off that edge hot, but they're going to get the push they needed.
They have it.
Yep.
Okay, yep, they signal touchdown.
Touchdown, Screven.
The big run is what set that up. And, again, they got some hosses up front like we do, a couple good tailbacks. Again, we knew this was going to be a fight tonight. As impressive as the Red Raiders were on their first drive, we're going to have a game on our hands.
All right. Yeah, Screven was able to maneuver it down the field there. That one big chunk play that got him in the
red zone. Let's see what kind of leg this young man's got here on the extra point.
Snap, hold.
Oh, he almost get it blocked.
And their point after attempt is good, so Screven's going to have the lead here 7-6 with 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Tell you what's ironic is this is how the game ended last year, 7-6.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be 7-6 tonight.
I don't think so either. We're going to take a quick break here on the NFHS Network, powered by Play on Sports. Be back in just a moment.
All right, and we're back. Screven's going to kick off to the Red Raiders here. We've got Aiden Cawthorn and DeAnthony Green back to receive this kick. Need for your Raiders to keep that momentum from that first drive going right here. Kick's going to be up the middle. It's going to be recovered there on far side. He's coming back our way. He's going to get run down by couple guys.
I'm not sure what that flag's going to be unless it was a face mask.
No, but they threw it right in the area of the tackle. But that's Dietrich Smith on the kick return there. He got it back out to the our 30-yard line.
White hat just pointed back toward our way, but we're about to find out. Unless he saw a block in the back somewhere. Or
yep.
I never saw the signal, did you? It's a 10-yard at least.
Yeah, he marked off 10 yards there. So your Red Raiders are going to get started at their own 20-yard line here.
11 seconds remaining in the first. Score 7-6. Again, 11 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Again, if you're just joining us, the Raiders held the Gamecocks 3 and out to start the game, and then romped down the field in about 8 plays to score their touchdown.
We're going to come out here. Knox is going to call for the snap. Quick throw out to the far side. Aiden Cawthorn takes it. And he cannot slip that first tackle. He got him down by the ankles. Or that was probably going to be a big play there as we had the block set up. He had to make one guy miss, and Mike Dixon had the block, and that guy wrapped him up.
He made a great play. The defensive guy just made a good play, but you're right. That could have been a long play for the Raiders. We're going to take a quick break here in between quarters and honor our sponsor. We'll be back in just a moment.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense. Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
All right, we're going to swap ends of the field here, and your Raiders will be going left to right now.
Yep. 2nd down and 7 for your Red Raiders on their 23-yard line. Ball is on the right hash for your Red Raiders. Knox is looking to the sideline for the play call. He's got it. Snap. Hand off to Travion. He makes one guy miss in the backfield.
Continues to churn those legs, and he's going to get about 3 on the carry.
Those are 3 hard-fought yards right there.
But it's manageable now. 3rd and a long 2.
They're calling it 3rd and 3.
Like to see the Raiders get get a first down here, kind of help get them out of a hole here.
Yeah, you'd like to see them convert this right here. They've got the heavy guys in up front. Snap to Knox. He's going to take off running to the left.
Oh, and there's going to be a flag right in the area of holding.
He's got the first down, but we're going to see if it's going to come back or not.
We won't get lucky enough to have a hands in the face, but it's a hold.
Yep, hold on your Red Raiders here. That's going to erase the first down and back us up.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and about 13 now, a long 12. I mentioned earlier the last time I was at this stadium right here in this window, 2012 in the first round of the state playoffs, Coach Bobby Johns. This was the last, ended up being his last game he coached for Bacon County Red Raiders. But we came in with that option offense and started off a little slow, but kind of stayed in the ball game. We didn't have the end results that we wanted that night.
All right, 3rd and 13 here. Knox takes the snap, drops back, throws it out quick to the left side. Out of the reach there for Aiden, a little low.
Yeah, kind of short-armed him there. He tried to get rid of it really quick, and it was played pretty well defensively. There was a corner that snuck up there. Just unfortunately, the penalty, the penalty on the kickoff, and then that penalty really hamstringed us there. So I hope we can get a good punt off here past midfield and take care of business on defense.
Want to be able to clean up those flags. I know the coaches aren't going to be happy about that series. Isaiah Robinson's back to punt. He's going to get the snap. He's going to get the punt off, and he hits a pretty good punt here.
If we can get a Raider roll,
good roll,
and we do.
Yes.
It's going
to come to a stop at about the.
That's going to end up being about a 48-yard punt after the roll.
Yep. It's going to be down there at the Screven 42-yard line.
10 minutes and 13 seconds into the second quarter now.
Screven's going to get ready to come back out for their 3rd offensive series of the game. The Raiders won the first one. Screven won the second one, so we'll see here how the 3rd series pans out.
We got a message on the way here. I want to give a shout-out to Miss Coach Sharon Komanecki. She would be here, I think, if the band had come. Her two twin boys are part of the band, but they stayed home this evening. She's watching on the NFHS network. If she is, Sharon, you get this little shout out. Give me a text. Let me know. Everything sounds and looks good.
Oh, and Screven's going to break off a big run up the middle there for about 12 yards. Screven's starting to open up some holes up front.
Right up the middle, right off the guard and the center.
Screven is into Red Raider territory here as the ball is going to be spotted on the 45-yard line.
And we said off air earlier, both teams are going to make some adjustments, and the Gamecocks have. They didn't have the luck. They didn't play last week. This is their first game.
Snap to quarterback. He's looking to throw it down the field, and he's going to overthrow his receiver there by a few yards.
And that's a lot of their pass game. I didn't watch a lot of film, but I was talking to a couple of the guys. Matter of fact, one of the cornerbacks is in my class, and I just said, hey, what are they going to try to do? He said, well, they're going to try to run the ball mainly. When they do throw it, they typically throw it down the field. They don't go, the short stuff. But, again, when you run the ball successfully like they hope to, then that typically will open up some things down the field as your linemen and your especially your linebackers are kind of sucked in to defend the run.
All right. There's snap. Oh, and that's a big hit in the backfield huge. There. That is Rashid Slade, I want to say. Nope. Is that 9?
Yeah, that's
Coach Thad Williams' son, Jeremiah, there.
And you talk about a good-looking athlete in pads. He's playing some linebacker. This kid could play safety. He's a tremendous athlete. And he just laid the wood on a kid that weighs about 200 pounds.
Yeah, you could hear that thump all the way up here.
He's a junior as well. This is his first season coming over to Bacon County, just like number 7. It's going to be third down now with the incomplete pass. Third and 10.
Screven's going to call for a timeout here.
All right, we're going to call a timeout too and take a second to honor our sponsors. Specifically want to thank our title sponsors. That's Bennett Johnson Insurance and Mr. Daniel Johnson. That's Family Vision Care. That is Burt CPAs and Coley Electric and Plumbing Supply. All right, we're back. It's going to be, again, third and long for the Gamecocks.
Yep, 3rd and 10 here for Screven on the Raiders' 45-yard line. Their quarterback is going to go under center here. Drops back. Quick little throw out to the bottom.
Great.
Oh, and we're going to wrap him up. Woo. Yes, sir. That is a great open field tackle there by Michael Dixon.
Number 4 came in to help. That's Reynolds. What a great defensive stand here for the Raiders after that long run. That we were a little anxious about that as they kind of ran the ball down on us on the last drive they had. It's going to be a punting situation for the Gamecocks.
Good little defensive stand there by the Raiders. Seemed like we were on our heels for a second there.
Score 7-6. 7 minutes 43 seconds in the second quarter.
Screven's going to get the punt off. He's going to be caught by Brody Rowland there. He's going to get a few yards on the return up the gut.
I tell you what, it takes a lot of courage to be a punt returner, especially to receive the ball. Even if you make a fair catch, there's a lot of pressure on you to catch the ball, much less when you don't call a fair catch and these guys are bearing down on you. he done a great job last week and in the scrimmage. And we anticipate some. This kid's going to be fun to watch this year and next year.
So that's going to bring your Red Raiders out to their 20-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, we got a communication problem here.
Yeah, we're trying to get lined up right now.
We got Richardson lined up wide at receiver. And the defense, they're trying to tell their guys what to do, too.
All right, I think we're ready now.
Now, too late. I hope somebody called timeout, and they did. That's going to save us a penalty as time run out. We're going to take another quick break here as well. Again, we got a lot of sponsors we're trying to honor and recognize, and so we'll be back in just a moment.
You finally found the perfect car in racing blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense. Keep going. More. No, stop!
All right. Raiders are coming back out here after the timeout. 1st and 10 at their 20-yard line. We're coming out lined up in the same formation we were as before the timeout.
Again, quarterback by himself. Well, we got a wing, I should say.
Yep, we're going to send him in motion. He's going to bring it out here to the far side.
Another hold.
Yeah, we've got a flag on the play.
Moopy's holding his hand up. It wasn't me, and I don't know who it was, but it was.
Yep, they're going to get us on that one.
So we're going to be behind the sticks again. First down, at least, I guess I would say. I don't know is this a half the distance or this is a solid 10. Yep.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 1st and 20.
That's a gut punch anytime you start the drive with a flag and you starting behind the sticks.
Yeah, on the kickoff earlier, we had the penalty and put us back to the 20. We would have started on the 30, and that again, it just kind of hurts you. You're giving up yards. They say you hold on every play. You know, I don't know if that's completely true, but it you know, so they could technically call it, but typically they look for the blatant.
Oh, Moopy's going to break a huge run up the middle here. Oh. Finally gets brought down here at the Red Raider 36-yard line.
Well, I will say this. If Moopy did, in fact, hold on that last call, if it was him, he made up for it.
Yeah, he got those yards back plus some right there.
It's going to be first down for your Red Raiders on the 36-yard line. 6 minutes, 41 seconds as it ticks away here in the second quarter.
We're getting the play in. All right. Knox is going to take that snap, hand off to Travion.
Oh, what a hole.
Travion's gone. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Travion Richardson there with about a 64-yard gain. I had to struggle to do that math real quick.
Scamper. Oh, what a run by that young man. I could have drove my truck through that hole.
That was awesome.
I think I might have said, man, look at what a hole, or look at the hole, and then he was gone, off to the races.
Good run there off the tackle by Travion. He hit the hole, and nobody was catching him on that play.
I think when he hit the 50, I said he's gone. And what a tremendous talent that young man is. He's been hampered the last 2 years with some injuries throughout the year, and a lot of it's because the workload. But he's just nothing major, just some tweaks here and there that he's had. But he is healthy now, and that shows right there what that young man can do in any moment. He's a game changer.
And those nagging injuries, man, you hate to see them. PAT is up and
good.
It is good. So your Red Raiders are going to take a 13-7 lead here with 6 minutes and 12 seconds left in the second quarter.
We're going to take a quick break here on the NFHS Network, powered by Play on Sports, brought to you by BCTV Red Raider Broadcasting. My name is Brent Johnston, along with Sky Kick. Be back in just a moment.
All right, we're back. Isaiah Robinson is about to kick this back off to Screven here. That kick's going to go out of bounds. So that's going to be a flag, and Screven going to get good starting field position for this drive. Raiders were able to pull off a good defensive stand on the last drive, stopping Screven and get the ball back, and able to punch it into the end zone. A long scamper there by Travion. See if we can keep this momentum here and get the ball back to our offense.
Yeah, I'd like to see another defensive stand like we had that first drive. And it doesn't have to be a 3-and-out. Obviously, that's the best-case scenario. But let's see if we can keep them, from crossing the 50 and get the ball back and see what we can do before halftime.
Yeah, let's go up by 2 scores.
Yeah, 6:12 remaining here in the second quarter. Again, Sylvania, Georgia. Screven County Gamecocks.
Going to be a handoff there up the middle. Yeah. We're going to stop him at the line for no gain on the play.
There's an adjustment up the middle as we close up that hole that they have found the last couple drives.
Had a host of Red Raiders there meet him in the hole on that play. The clock continues to wind here in the second quarters. We've got 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second quarter. Berrien's got 2nd and 10 on their 35-yard line. One receiver down to the bottom, one up top. Snap, going to pitch it out to the right. Oh, and he had some green grass there, but we're going to push him out of bounds for about a 7 to 8 yard gain on the play.
I think it's going to be just shy of the first down. I think it's going to be 3rd and about 1 or 2 where he went out of bounds. I may be off just a little. We'll see.
Well, we had a big stop earlier in the game on 3rd and short. Let's see if we can duplicate that here.
They haven't moved anything.
Oh, we've got a flag on the play.
Oh.
That's going to be a chop block there on Screven.
Is that 15 yards or just 10? It's at least 10, if not 15. That's almost like a personal foul. That's huge for Raiders. I hope just like everybody's all right. A lot of times on the chop block, there's potential for injury, and that's why they call that penalty. Let's see how far he walks. 15 yards.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's major.
15 yards on that play.
We do give them the down back. It's going to be 2nd and about 22 now, I believe, if my math is right. 25.
Well, neither of us are math teachers, so we try our best.
Well, I got to maybe be a little better than you. I do teach a STEM program, which part of that is a mathematical component. I'm pretty decent at adding and subtracting. 23, I was close, one off. 2nd and 23, 5 minutes and 8 seconds here in the second quarter. The Gamecocks haven't shown.
They're going to call another timeout here.
And with that timeout, we're going to call one more as well and try to get our sponsors in. So we'll take a 30-second break and be back in just a moment.
You ready to meet the latest addition to the family? The money you saved us with auto owners helped make it all possible. It really is the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Excuse me?
Third best thing. Third best thing.
Auto Owners offers discounts for life, home, car, and business insurance because they think the more you protect, the more you should save. That's simple human sense.
And we're back. We're still got a timeout here on the field. Red Raiders are leading the ball game 13-7 with 5 minutes and 8 seconds left in the second quarter.
A little bit of momentum for the Raiders as we had a big long run, and now the Gamecocks have kind of put themselves behind the sticks as we've done a couple times. It's going to be 2nd and 24. 23.
All right, we've got two receivers down to the bottom this time for Screven. Snaps the quarterback. Is going to throw it out quick to number 2 down here at the bottom. And we're all over that for a short gain.
What a great play there by our defensive guys.
Another tackle there by Jeremiah Williams. Third down and 17 here for Screven. As a defense, you love those down and distances.
Absolutely, especially with a team that's not comfortable, and you can tell they're just not comfortable throwing the ball around. So you're not sure. You want to think they would throw the ball again here, but they may try to sneak one back up the middle and punt it back to us. We'll see.
Well, they've gone down the field once in the passing game so far. Everything else has been around the line of scrimmage.
You don't want to give – that's a lot of room on the top there.
3rd and 17. Quarterback's dropping back. He's going to throw one down the field. We're in great position. That's an interception there by Michael Dixon. Great catch by him. He's got room to run here.
That's a great play.
And he's going to go out of bounds at midfield at the 50-yard line. Great play by Michael Dixon. And we've got a late flag coming in somewhere.
I think it's going to be on the Gamecocks, a little bit of extracurricular there. I hope it is. After the whistle.
Man, that was great positioning by Mike on that play.
Well, what you saw there was perfect defensive back there. It's something we haven't done the last, even in the scrimmage game we struggled in our the DB struggled. That he turned and looked for the ball instead of just played the receiver, and there it was. So that was textbook right there.
And they're spotting the ball at midfield. We'll see if it sticks.
Well, it's going to be.
You've got the referees.
Dead ball, personal foul.
Okay, so we've got offsetting penalties here.
So we're going to get the ball on the 50, we believe, and it's going to be first down with 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Our Raiders are fired up. I tell you what, we got some pretty decent group of fans over there. They're excited for our Red Raiders this evening. Again, for a 2-hour trip, and we're very pleased at the crowd that came over.
Yeah, our guys have all of the momentum right now.
I tell you what, I'd like to see Moopy or Richardson just take one to the house real quick right here.
Anything that results with us standing in the end zone right here.
Or, I mean, methodical, take 3 minutes off the clock, punch it in. We want some points. And like you said, kind of keep this momentum. And referees are taking a little bit of extra time here, making sure of something. They've done let's see what we got. Personal foul, Macon County. Wait a minute. Oh, now, Mark, surely our coach is going to kind of ask what's going on here. That was really, really late. I mean, I'm sure it was part of what happened earlier, but I thought what happened I was afraid of. I guess it was on our guy there late.
So we're going to go from 1st and 10 at midfield to 1st and 10 on our 35-yard line.
Yeah, they need to move the sticks. Yeah, because it's not 1st and 30 or whatever.
All right, Moopy's in motion. Knox takes the snap, holds it. He's going up the middle. He breaks one tackle at the line. Knox is moving. He's going to pick up about 10 yards on the play there.
It'll be first down for the Red Raiders. Ball's on the 46. 3:44 as the clock continues to run here in the second quarter. Raiders lead 13-7. Again, a non-region matchup. Raiders hosted this team last year for the first time in a decade. We played them. Game was 7-6 in a really wet, sloppy evening.
All right, Knox takes snap, looks out. Catch by Aiden Cothran. He's hit as he catches the ball, but he holds on to it for, I want to say, 5-yard gain on that play. That's going to get the ball back to midfield now for your Red Raiders. That clock continues to roll. We're down to 3 minutes and 2 seconds left here in the first half.
Second down and 5 for the Raiders, or 6, a long 5.
But the Raiders are moving.
You don't want to be too slow, but you don't want to give them any time left if we have something happens. You know, we don't score, have to punt or whatever. We'll take as much time off the clock as possible.
All right, Loopy goes in motion. He's going to come out wide with it.
And
he's got
fast.
a hole. Oh, and he's still fighting. He's breaking tackles. He's pushed out of bounds and brought down now near the 30-yard line of Screven County.
2 twists, and he got an extra 10 yards. Again, this young man is really, really fast.
All right, the clock is at 2 minutes and 27 seconds now. 1st and 10 for your Red Raiders on the Screven 31-yard line. Going to run power with Knox here off the left guard. He's dragging a couple guys with him for about a gain of 8. That's a new wrinkle in the playbook there. I think we've seen it a couple times at the end of last week's game with Knox taking the direct snap.
Yeah, we're getting a better push tonight off that left side. But you're exactly right. We said earlier, it kind of keeps them all honest. It's just another look that they've got to be prepared for because he's not as quick as those backs, and that's what they're expecting.
And Knox is not a small guy. He can lay the wood on somebody.
He's not afraid of contact.
2nd and 3, snap to Knox. We're going to get met in the backfield. I think we're going to lose a yard on that play there.
Well, he could have lost about 3 yards, but he hesitated, made a great move just to try to get back to the line of scrimmage. We were kind of eat up on that play. Clock's still ticking, under a minute and 30 now.
Big 3rd down for the Raiders here as you've got 3rd and 4 at the Screven 24.
Well, you got to let this clock roll all the way down here. They need to bleed all of the game clock, but they're not. And we got a procedure.
Got a whistle and a flag.
Started too early.
Yeah, that's going to be a false start on us.
And you know what? I don't like the penalty, but if we had I would have rather seen them let the play clock go all the way down and then add a penalty or anything, taking more time off that clock. We're probably 4-down territory here anyway. We're not going to try to attempt a field goal from this distance. We're not going to punt from this distance. So, again.
We've got
3rd and 9.
3rd and 9 here on the Screven 31. 1 minute remaining in the first half.
Got 5 seconds. I think we're going to call a timeout here.
Yep. Timeout for your Red Raiders with 51 seconds left in the second quarter.
We're going to take another quick break, honor some sponsors. Be back in just a moment.
All right, and we're back. 3rd and 9 for your Red Raiders at the Screven 31-yard line.
Again, got to think it's 4 down territory here. 2 downs to get the 9 yards.
Moopy's in motion. Knox is going to keep it. He's going to fall forward there. He's going to gain 2 yards on that play.
Clock's still running, and you got to let the clock run here. And the play clock's off, basically. So we can let it run all the way down. You got to think their coach is going to call a timeout to give them an opportunity to get the ball back. I might be wrong, but I think you got to let it roll on down a little bit.
We're going to take the snap, look to throw. Knox is going to get flushed out the pocket here. Throws it down the field. Oh, and we've got a catch. We're going to have to get up there and spike this ball. Aiden Cothran catches the ball in traffic. We got to hurry to the line.
What a play.
We've got our guys moving. We've got
Ledbetter made a great move in the backfield, avoiding the sack.
All right, here we go. And we're gonna spike it with 3 seconds left. So we're gonna have a shot here for a field goal. That was a great play all around there. Knox eluding that pressure in the pocket, rolling to his right, makes a throw down the field and to the middle of the field, and Aiden Cothran coming up with that catch in traffic. Just a great play all the way around.
And worst case scenario, it's intercepted at the 2-yard line. I'm good with that play. The risk reward there, and we were rewarded for it.
Aiden has had a great start to his season so far. All right, Isaiah Robinson's going to line up for this field goal. Kick is up.
It's good. Yes, sir.
And it is good. Your Raiders go into the half up 16-7 on the Screven Gamecocks. That is a great end to the half there for the Red Raiders. They're carrying all of the momentum into the locker room here at halftime.
Especially with us coming out and receiving the kick, have an opportunity to go down and put some more points on the board. That was just a fitting ending for a first half that we saw a few hiccups, few penalties that we didn't like, but overall the Raiders kept plugging. And again, just looked like just a different mentality from last week, at least from the beginning of the game. And, man, we're just so proud of this team and the coaching staff as they prepared them mentally all week. Because, again, when you expected to do something, you said it earlier, when you're expecting to do something and you don't quite meet that expectation the week prior, sometimes it gets in your head and it can be difficult.
As a coach, it's not letting one loss turn into 2. You lose last week in a game that a lot of people expected you to win. You expected yourself to win. You come out here tonight, put that game behind you, and you see the results on the scoreboard so far in this ball game.
Well, again, we are maybe you are just joining us here recently. We are live on the NFHS Network, powered by Play On Sports, brought to you by us. My name is Brent Johnson. I'm the Engineering and Technology Instructor at Bacon County High School. I'm the Technology Student Association Advisor, as well as the advisor to the Student Broadcasting Program. I have failed miserably at introducing my student helper, broadcaster, producer, videographer tonight. His name is Gage Lee. He's a senior at Bacon County High School. He is a engineering pathway completer. That means he has taken all 3 of my courses. He has passed the end of pathway test, which gives him an engineering certification through a national vendor. This is a sharp young man. He is the president of my Technology Student Association, and I'm pleased to have him here and proud to have him here help us out along with Sky Keck. Sky is he's kind of Mr. Everything, you know. He teaches history. He's first and foremost a history teacher, but he also teaches some forensics for us as an elective and an additional science course for some of our students. He is an assistant varsity baseball coach. He paid his dues at the middle school level for a couple years, did a great job there developing our kids as they move up. And Coach Coley made the call and pulled him up to the varsity level, in which he'll have an opportunity to continue coaching several of the young men that he was able to inspire and to make better young men and ball players for their varsity career. So we're excited about that and for him. We're going to take a break here now for halftime for a little bit. We're going to come back about 5 minutes before. We got the camera on the band. I don't have any live audio for them for the local band tonight. Ours is not here because of some just some logistical issues from illness and some other things. But again, we're going to take a break here with a 20-minute half. So we'll be back with about 5 minutes to go to pick back up. So we thank you for joining us here on this fine network. We thank our sponsors. The ones that run through, you see the slates of guys. These are the sponsors for our local booster club that we help to honor and give them some additional advertisement for the Red Raider Touchdown Club. The commercials that you see were pretty cool. Those are the ones that you see on the national television for the insurance company, Bennett & Johnson. So we thank Daniel Johnson and his dad, David, for being a part of our programming, as well as Family Vision Care, Burt CPA, and Coley Electric and Plumbing Supply. So we're going to take a break for a few minutes, and we'll be back in just a little bit.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense. Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
Okay, Raider Nation, we're back with a little less than 3 minutes before half is over. The teams have yet to come out on the field. You got to think they're going to give them an additional couple minutes, probably to warm up. So we got a few minutes before we start back here. Raiders lead 16-7 at half. We'll recap that in just a moment. I want to correct an error I had right at the very beginning for those of you that were joining in. I had a brain fog when I was introducing one of my title sponsors for the athletic school year, and that's Family Vision Care. I forgot her last name went blank on me. She was a Miles. That's Dr. Day, Sarah Kate Day, and we want to fix that. So Dr. Blake Hutto, Dr. McQuaig, and Dr. Day at Family Vision Care, right there in Alma, state-of-the-art eye care facility for our local folks as well as people that travel in and visit these guys and gals. And I just appreciate what they do in the community, as well as Coley Electric and Plumbing Supply, Miss Lisa Coley and her fine staff, Burt CPA, Mr. Larry Taylor in the Alma office. And, again, we thank them every year for jumping in and joining us and supporting us as yearly sponsors. That's everything we do, up to 130 events now. We do have some automated camera systems at the softball, baseball, football, and gymnasium that gives us an opportunity to broadcast even more when we can't be there live and it's more convenient. We do about 65 to 70 hands-on recording events, which include football, basketball, baseball, softball, some wrestling, and a couple other events, non-athletic, throughout the year. So we thank these folks for giving us helps pay for our travel and food for these folks that are helping us out. It also supports my local Technology Student Association club. So I just want to thank all those sponsors for jumping in here, and a big, huge shout out to Bennett Johnson, Mr. Daniel Johnson, for being a part of our sponsorships as well, being the title sponsorship for the football season and beyond. Sky, what's your overall assessment of the first half?
Start with the negative, and really the only negative is you'd like to see some of those penalties cleaned up. That was about the only negative you can take away from the first half. We threw the ball well. We ran the ball well. We seemed to block well up front because we were running the ball well. So
we tackled well.
We had some splash plays there on offense. The defense gave up a couple chunk plays, and we bent but didn't break a couple times. Couple real nice tackles for loss. Overall, special teams we were fine, other than the one point after attempt that we missed. So overall, pretty good half for the Red Raiders.
Well, all of these games, we want to compete and win all of our games on our schedule. But all of these games are basically scrimmage games up until our region competition. And if you did not know this, we are a 4-team region, so we are guaranteed to make the playoffs, which is a good thing, But the bad thing is if I say bad, the trade-off for that is 2 of the teams in our region have won state championships 2 of the last 5 years. That would be Irwin County and Brooks County. And Irwin advanced again to the Final Four last year, where they were defeated by a last-second field goal by Swainsboro, who is another team that we have been put up against the last few years. It put us out in the first round of the playoffs last year. So we're preparing for that region schedule, preparing for Pelham, which the team that we match up the best with when it comes to our region play from Irwin and Brooks, because they're just on a different level right now and have been for a couple decades actually. So we're gearing up for that region schedule, and we want to continue like we did from last week to this week. As he just there's some things we got to clean up, but man, I just feel a sense of difference in the mentality and the attitude of our players from last week to this week. And I'm telling you, I give the coaching staff a lot of credit this week because of the amount of preparation they had last week in anticipation of they expected to win. We sort of expected them to win, or at least play a little bit more competitively than we did. And again, we're excited and for the boys, and they deserve this. Now, this game is not over. Okay, I'm not guaranteeing a win here, but the first half was a win for us. And if we can build off of that momentum that we had, we're going to get the ball back first. We'll see what happens. But we are so proud of this program from the step that we've taken, and that's what we want each week, to get a little better, and that's what we've done so far.
Yeah, and I mentioned it before the game, responding to adversity and what happened last week, and so far tonight we've done pretty well.
All right, we got a couple seconds here. I want to give a huge shout-out to an old faithful when it comes to watching on the NFHS network. Now, listen, these folks travel as much as anybody as well, but they are home tonight watching on the NFHS network, and that's Mr. John and Lisa Hughes. A huge shout-out to them. Miss Lisa, she is one of our huge supporters by just telling people about what we do. She's always excited about our broadcasts, and again, she's at a lot of these events anyway. But she goes back and when they can't make it, they watch the on demand. She always tells me this is one of the best gifts someone could give someone. We're talking about, and I haven't even talked about subscription. It is subscription. I'll get to that in just a minute, and how I try to handle that, and we do that. But just a huge shout out to Mr. John and Lisa Hughes for their support of my program and the support of, in general, the community here in Alma-Bacon County.
Yeah, so as far as the action goes, Screven's getting ready to kick it off to our Red Raiders here to start this second half. He's going to kick it here to the near side. Aiden's going to take it on the bounce, and he has got a hole.
A lot of momentum.
Oh, and he is breaking tackles. He is moving, and he's going to get tripped up and stumble, and he's going to take it back to the other side of the field and run around. And finally get brought down there at the Red Raider 35-yard line.
That was wild. No flags either. Typically on a play like that, there's a block in the back, there's a hold, but we're just glad nobody got hurt on that play. He got a total of about 10 yards, and he ran about 50.
Yeah.
But the Raiders are going to start first and 10, on about the 36-yard line.
So we've got Knox back there to take this snap. We've got two receivers out there to the far side. Ball's on the left hash for your Red Raiders. Snap to Knox, handoff. And Scraven's going to meet us there at the line. We're going to get a short gain, if anything, on the play. Maybe a yard out of that.
And
there
again,
for Travion.
He had to dance to get that. They were all on top of us on that particular play. You got to think we're going to have to mix in some pass plays here.
Right. And we had a good balance of pass plays there in the first half. We experienced some success. Scraven's going to jump off sides there. Hopefully that's not a false start on us. Yes, and we're going to get offsides on Screven. That'll help us out there. That'll make it 2nd and 4 for the Red Raiders. Got a meeting of the referees there around the line of scrimmage. Now he's going to walk it off. All right. 2nd and 4 for the Red Raiders on their 42-yard line. Caden Cawthorn. He's going to come down here to the bottom, near side. Snap to Knox. He's going to drop back to pass here. Good protection.
A lot of time. He throws it down the field. It's going to be, boy. He got a little turnaround. The ball was one of them throws where it just kind of, I think the wind got into it.
Yeah, it held up there for a while.
It started out really solid, and they just kind of outrun it. Again, I think the ball, I hope he's coming off the field, maybe just a little bit tired, hopefully not shaking up.
He lost his helmet there on the play.
Okay.
So that's going to bring the Red Raiders here to 3rd and 4 at their own 42-yard line. I'd like to see them pick up the first down here to keep that momentum going from the first half.
I think Knox left, Knox right here. The linebackers are coming up, anticipating a run up the middle, making an adjustment at the line.
All right, he's going to hand it to Travion. Travion's going to have the first down and more. He's breaking tackles. Good hold there. Travion Richardson down to the 30-yard line. He's finally going to get brought down there by a group of Screven County Gamecocks, but there is a flag on the play. And they're going to get the Red Raiders for a hold there. That was great effort on that play by Travion Richardson.
Yeah.
You hate to see that not stand.
You hate to see that for that young man, because that was he broke some tackles and just kept those feet churning, folks. And that by no means am I comparing him to the great one, Walter Payton. But I was just a young boy when I watched him run. But I just remember him just churning, keeping those knees going up and down when he was being hit and trying to be brought down. And that's why he held the most of the records for so long a period of time because of the type of runner he was.
Well, that's going to back the Red Raiders up now. They're going to be looking at a 3rd and 12 on the play here from their own 34-yard line. Snap to Knox, drop it back to pass, throw out here to Moopy. Near side, he's going to make the catch, make a guy miss, but he's not going to get to the first down marker as he's going to come up short around the 45-yard line.
You know what? That was a great throw and pass, a great catch there by the young man, and great effort. The guys are there pointing, let's go for it, but that's a little too far on this side of the 50. Let's just punt it away and let our defense go to work.
Yeah, we're going to come up about 2 yards short of that first down here, so we're going to elect to punt the ball. And good punt right here could back Screven up deep in their own territory and flip the field position here.
And that's what you're playing early here in the 3rd quarter. You got a two-score lead essentially, and again, you're hoping you can punt them deep. The return man is certainly not deep.
Not at all.
And I'm not sure what's going on. Our coaches are on the field.
They're backing us up more here. 5 yards on that play.
Was that a procedure call?
All right, so Isaiah Robinson's back to punt. He's going to get it off, a little line drive punt there. Going to see what that rolls out. Big bounce.
Almost hit the guy in red there.
Yep, it's going to be down there around the Screven 26.
I want to give a huge shout out to Miss Tiffany Ross. She is an instructor at Bacon County High School of Business Programs, Finance. Miss Ross and her family's had a little bit of bad luck these first couple of weeks of school with some health issues, and we want to wish her the best in recovering, her and her husband, of some things. And they're back home watching along with their kids. And, again, we want to thank them for supporting BCTV's Red Raider broadcasting.
Absolutely, and we miss her at work. She's on my hallway, and our hallway is definitely not the same without her. Screven quarterback's about to pass, going to complete a short pass. He's going to break the first tackle, but it's still going to come out to around just a 5-yard gain there for Screven on the play.
Number 5, Slade, with the cleanup there. One guy come in and kind of slowed him down. Didn't make the tackle, but Slade was right there. If he hadn't have been, if he had missed the tackle, it was going to be a big play.
Yeah. Good job there cleaning that up. So that's going to bring us to 2nd and 5 here on 31-yard line of your Screven County Gamecocks. Screven again in that I formation. 2 receivers down to the bottom. Snap. Going to hand it off straight up the middle there for a short gain.
It's going to be 3rd and a short 2, I believe. Oh, almost 3. I'm sorry. 3rd and about 3.
It's going to give our Red Raiders a chance here to make a stand on 3rd down again.
I don't think they risk throwing to the outside. I think they're going to try to run it between the tackles again. We got some dudes up front.
Yep. Snap to quarterback. It's going to hand it off to tailback. We meet him there at the line. I don't think he got back to the line of scrimmage on that play.
He didn't. I'm almost positive they lost a yard. Oh, they're going to give him. They are going to give him back to the line of scrimmage.
Regardless, it is not a first down.
No, it's 4th and 3. A solid 3.
Great push there by the D-line. Linebackers filling those gaps on that play.
What a great stand there by defense. Kind of taking care of business there as our offense sputters there a little bit on the first series after we take the opening kickoff of the second half. 6 minutes and 28 seconds. That clock continues to roll. I was shocked when I asked what time it was a while ago, right before half started. It was 8:30. I'm like, my goodness. But when you got two teams that's running the ball, I forget how quickly the clock dissipates. So down to 6:15.
Screven's going to sit here and punt it away to us. He gets a high punt off. Brody's going to signal for the fair catch there on that play. So your Red Raiders are going to get the ball around their own 35-yard line here to get their drive started with 6 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter.
You know, again, we're just a few, a couple of executions of plays.
Whoa.
of really dominating this game when you think about it. So, again, I would like to see us put together another drive like we had in the first quarter. And in that second quarter, to really make it difficult for this Gamecock team.
Red Raiders back to work out here. Knox is going to take the snap, hand off to Travion up the middle, and Screven's able to get through that one, and they wrapped him up in the backfield. They're going to drop him for around a 2-yard loss on that play.
Well, from my, these initial observations of 2.5 quarters, I truly believe we're the more rounded team. We've shown the ability to throw the ball. We can run it outside, inside. We got two backs that are very dynamic. They're more run-centered, having a difficult time throwing the ball. So, again, with just a little bit of execution, I think we can put this game away. Or better execution.
Knox is going to take the snap. Hand off Travion again. Big gain on the play. Travion is going to take it up the left sideline. 40. And he's going to get pushed out of bounds at around the 38-yard line.
That was a 27-yard gain, roughly. We got a player down.
I think we've got a Gamecock down on the play. Huge
jersey.
Run there by Travion.
All right, we got a referee's timeout. They want to check out this player. We'll take a quick break here as well and be right back on the NFHS Network powered by Play On Sports. 5:13 remaining here in the third quarter.
Red Raiders with a 1st and 10 on Screven 38-yard line here, following a huge run by Travion Richardson. Snap. Travion's going to take it off the left side. He's going to get wrestled down there for around a 3-yard gain on the play, fighting for every yard out there. I noticed last week after the stats were given out, Travion actually rushed for 100 yards last week, and I've got to believe he's got every bit of that already tonight so far.
That's one thing we don't have is a statistician. I think that's right. Up here with us to keep up with the specifics of total yardage for rushing or individual backs and stuff. We do apologize for that, but
all right, snap, throw out to the far side there, and we're going to get close to the first down on that play.
If not, it's going to be third and really, really short.
I believe that pass was caught by Denarius White on that far side. Regardless, we're going to get to
We're 4 minutes left in the third quarter. It's just, the clock's just running.
We're going to get to a 3rd and 3 here for your Red Raiders. All right, snap to Knox. He's going to take it himself. And he's going to get tackled around the line of scrimmage there.
Well,
so that's going to bring up a 4th and 3 here for your Red Raiders. We'll see what decision we make here.
Well, that's a play call, I think, knowing you're probably going to go for it on 4th down. I don't know. There's a bunch of different personnel coming in. Maybe they are going to punt, but no.
No, Knox is still out there. We're going for this. All right, 4th and 3 from the Screven 31-yard line here. We're going to snap it. Oh, Travion makes the guy miss in the backfield, makes another guy miss. He's going to pick up that first down. That was all Travion Richardson there on that play. That guy had him dead to rights 3 yards deep in the backfield.
Yeah, that was a blitz right up the gut and untouched, and he just sidestepped him. And after he slipped past him, he had the first down, basically.
Here's bad news on that play. Travion is down after play. He tried to get up to walk it off. I believe he's cramping up.
I'll take a cramp over anything else.
It is muggy out there right now.
And it's tough. There was a day this week kids couldn't practice because it was just too hot from the wet bulb. He is hopping up. That appears to be what it is. But the only issue with cramping is it's hard to make it stop at this point in the game. But we're in a good situation right here. Thanking him for the first down. It's going to be first down, 2 minutes and 45 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. If we can get another touchdown, I feel like that would just about put this thing away. The way we've been playing. If we can just methodically go on down, chew some more time off the clock, punch one in.
And you hate to see Travion leave the game right now with the way he's running the football. That brings us to 1st and 10 on the Screven 25-yard line. Knox is back to pass. Aiden Cawthorn. Great pass down to the goal line, and Aiden is in for another touchdown.
Almost.
That was great pass, great catch, great score.
No flags.
That might be the best part. Again, Knox and Aiden have had a great connection so far tonight. Aiden is off to a blazing hot start to start this season on the receiving end.
That's the two differences tonight right here is our offensive line play tonight and our passing game tonight compared to the Gamecocks. The Gamecocks has shown the ability to run the ball, but they're pretty much one-dimensional, and we've shown that we can throw and run.
We've got the point after attempt up and good. So your Red Raiders are going to take a 23-7 lead here with 2:28 left in the third quarter. Talking about the pass protection, Knox has had an extremely clean pocket for most of the night.
And when he's had some pressure, he's been nimble enough to maneuver himself out of the way and make a play. So we're going to take a quick break here before the kickoff. We'll be back here in just a moment.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense. Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
Two minutes and 28 seconds after that score left in the third quarter. Raiders are going to be kicking off here to the Gamecocks.
Isaiah Robinson here to kick off. He's going to drive that one on the ground, straight up the middle. It's picked up. We're going to bring the return man down around the 27-yard line of Screven County. A lot of momentum here for the Red Raiders, as it's been that way for most of the night so far.
We have they had that, and really and truly the only reason they've scored this evening is the big play. Now we've had a couple big plays. You could say the similar thing to us, but we've been able to move the ball with multiple ways. Obviously,
and
running the ball
consistently,
passing the ball. We've really only hurt ourselves. They have really yet to stop us. Our couple penalties. But let's let our defense step up here and make a big play.
The quarterback's going to be in the shotgun here for this play. He's going to sling one quick down here, and it's going to go in and out of the hands of the receiver as Mike Dixon was getting ready to hit him right as he was catching that football.
I don't think they're going to have a lot in their repertoire again for throwing the ball. That's the majority of what we've seen is throwing to the near to the sideline, to the near side. They've chunked the ball down the field twice, and they had an interception on the second one. So they're just not comfortable doing that. When you're down 3 scores, it makes it difficult for a team that's more comfortable trying to run the ball.
Yeah, and they're going to come out here 2nd and 10 on their own 28.
A big stop for a loss right here with the
quarterback's
fullback.
going to hand it. We're going to meet him in the backfield. He might have got back to the line there.
I think they're going to give him about a half a yard, maybe a yard. It's going to be 3rd down and 9.
Our defensive line has played well tonight.
Call their names out right there.
We've got Theron Moore, Terrell Edmond, LaMarcus Wright. I believe that's going to be Keyshawn Holmes. His jersey is slightly rolled up. I believe that's 50 out there.
Theron, number 25. He is just a sophomore. Young man with good size. He's going to be get bigger. Edmond did not play last year. Was a monster his freshman year. Had some situations his sophomore year and didn't play his junior year, and now he's here for his senior year, and he is a monster again.
Quarterback's back to throw. He's going to sling one down here to the far side. It's caught. He's going to pick up the first down there as that pass is caught at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that was just a good play there just a good play call. The receiver, it was a dig. He run hard, and just cut back, and the ball was thrown perfectly on time.
That's going to give Screven 1st and 10 here at their own 40.
Down to 1:10 remaining in the third quarter.
Right now, Screven is playing against us and the clock at this point. 2 receivers up top there. I formation. Hand off to the tailback. He's going to bring it here to the near side. We're going to wrap him up. He's going to gain about 8 yards on the play.
Good tackle by the DBs. Wrapping him up.
Screven is nearing midfield here as they're at their own 48.
Folks, y'all don't understand. This week was the hottest week of the summer by average. From actual temperature, which they go by the wet bulb, there was a couple days they couldn't stay outside very long because of the temperature. And it's hard to adjust.
Boom!
What a hit. Oh, cleaned him up.
2 on that play. Jeremiah Williams coming off the edge there just met that running back in the backfield.
And then cleaned up by.
There was about 3 guys there for the cleanup.
It was a scramble. That's going to end the third quarter with your Raiders leading 23-27 here in Sylvania, Georgia, the Screven County Gamecocks. I told you we came here a little over a decade ago for the first round of the state playoffs. That game didn't end like we hoped for. This game just might, with a 3-score lead for the Raiders as we head into the fourth quarter. Again, we're excited about what we're seeing. We're seeing a difference from one week to the next, and again, I commend the coaching staff, coaching the guys up not only physically preparing them on the field, but mentally preparing them for tonight's game against this non-region foe. Traveling 2 hours, 2.5 hours on a bus. I think I was told. I don't have any guarantees here. I was told they stopped over in Statesboro and did a walkthrough. The University of Statesboro field.
You mean Georgia Southern?
Georgia Southern. I'm sorry, University of Statesboro. University of Georgia Southern. Their football field. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody out there knows any different, but that's what one of the young men told me they were had planned to do. So again, that's what we're. So we got a couple-hour ride over here. That's a little different than normal. Getting the guys ready to go for tonight's game, and obviously they were pretty ready to go. With again a 23-7 lead here in the fourth quarter. Gamecocks are driving here, putting a little something together. I'm kind of eating crow just a little bit here. The fact that they've kind of tossed the ball around a little bit, something that you can tell they're just not super comfortable doing. But they've shown some success. But they're not getting big chunks. We're bending, not breaking. We're making good tackles. We're hitting hard. I just got a text from a buddy of mine. He said, "Man, we hitting hard tonight," and we are.
We have delivered the wood on a few plays so far tonight.
And that's what again, that good things happen when you play hard-nosed football. And that's what we're seeing tonight. And we're getting ready. I was telling Sky, number 70, as you see him trotting on the field for the Gamecocks, he's a lineman, but that's what their running back looked like about 12 years ago when we were over here. I forget that young man's name, but, man, he was 260 pounds, and he could move.
I believe he was Jeremy Johnson.
Jeremy Johnson. I should remember Johnson. I mean, he had to be a good guy, right? You're exactly right, Jeremy Johnson. Here we go from left to right now. The Gamecocks on offense.
Quick pass down here.
What a great
good
tackle.
Open field tackle there by Aiden Cothran. It's going to be right at the first down marker. They're wanting referees are signaling for the chains to be moved, so I believe Screven's going to pick up that first down there.
But if he doesn't make that tackle, we're talking 10 to 20 yards, maybe a touchdown on that play. Just a great open field textbook wrap him up tackle.
We've had a couple of those plays tonight where we have done extremely well in the open field, making those tackles and wrapping up.
I want you to notice who made that tackle. That's Aiden. He's made 3 or 4 tremendous catches on offense tonight. Folks, that's what you got to see. You got to see your best athletes, best players on the field on both sides of the ball as much as possible to help schools of our size compete.
And off up the middle there. He's met right at the line of scrimmage. He might have gotten a yard out of that play there. Screven's going to come up with a 2nd and 9 on our 48 here. Got to think Screven's in 4-down territory for the rest of this ball game.
Certainly. I think the heat's taking a toll on them as well. This humidity, I didn't get it quite out earlier. It's been one of the hottest weeks of the year. The actual temperature being in the high 90s, and then the heat index between 107 and 112. It makes it difficult.
Quarterbacks fake the handoff, throw it out deep down the left side. He's going to overshoot his target there by about 5 yards. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 9 from your Red Raiders 48.
And that throw was forced by the pressure. I think he threw it a little earlier than he wanted to give his receiver a chance to get on downfield. That's going to stop the clock with 10:20 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
This weather's a lot different than the last time we played Screven. I remember last year sitting in a monsoon, it felt like.
That's right.
All right, Screven's going to come to the line here for this 3rd and 9. Quarterback's back to pass, and refs are going to blow it dead.
It's going to be a false start on the Gamecocks. It's going to bring them back 5 more yards. It's going to be 3rd and 14 now. Puts them in a little bit more difficult position. But, again, the fact that they're probably in 4-down territory, they could still run the ball here and try to slip one up the middle. Again, they do have some dangerous backs as well. The heavier back has not ran as much tonight as maybe we expected. He's listed as a fullback. He was the 5'9", 230, 225, 230.
We're going to get a timeout there from Screven. You know, can't help but wonder, maybe we've thrown Screven a little off their game. We've forced them into some long situations here, 2nd and long, 3rd and long, and maybe they've gotten out of the flow of their offense here at times.
We're going to take another quick break here along with this timeout and honor some of these guys that support our program. Again, 10-18 on the clock, 4th quarter. Raiders lead 23-7. It's going to be 3rd and 14 for the Gamecocks.
Yep, from their own 47-yard line here.
We're pinning our ears back here.
Yep, McKee's got him in the backfield. He's going to go down for a sack there. He just came off that edge there, beat the block, and got right in the quarterback's chest on that play.
It was almost like in slow motion. It was like he was, hey, I'm fisting to sack you. And then he jumped. It really looked like it was that easy for him. That's going to be 4th down, and with that amount of distance to go, 4th down and about 20, 19 or 20 here. They are going to punt as the clock continues to run, 9:45, 9:44.
Yep, the clock is our friend right now.
Couple first downs, and this game is for sure over with. We just got to take care of the ball.
Good high punt there by the Screven punter. Brody's just going to signal for the fair catch.
Boy, caught it with his hands.
He might have caught that with his fingertips there.
Hey, we're going to get the ball back here on offense once again. And again, hopefully we can take just more time off that clock. Sky said it earlier. Their biggest enemy is the clock, with being down this many points with the style of offense they want to try to run.
Yep, your Red Raiders are going to set up shop here on their own 26-yard line. 9 minutes, 24 seconds left in this game. You got to think this is the put-away drive right here.
Yeah, absolutely. And going down and finish this thing off with another touchdown would be awesome.
We're going to go 2 receivers up top here.
We'll find out what the Gamecocks are made out of. If they can bow their backs and keep us out of the end zone or keep us from driving the field here, that says a lot about their character as well.
Snap to Knox.
Oh, that little there. Trickery right there. The ball was handed to Travion, and he just flipped it.
Handed it to Moopy there, and Moopy's going to get about 5 yards on that play.
I'm not so sure about trickery like that with this big a lead. You don't want you don't want the ball to hit the dirt and they scoop it and score. You know what I mean?
All right. 2nd and 5 on our own 27 here for your Red Raiders.
Got Slade in the backfield. He's only been in the running back position just a couple times tonight. You got to think he's going to get the ball right here. Maybe he can do some damage. Oh, looks like we're going to get a timeout. And the Red Raiders not quite ready on offense. That's all right, too. A little miscommunication there. We'd rather be sure. We're going to take another quick break here and honor some more sponsors. We'll be back here in just a moment.
You finally found the perfect car in racing blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense. Keep going. More. No, stop!
All right, Red Raiders back here on offense with 8:35 remaining in this ball game. We're looking at a 2nd and 5 here on our own 33-yard line. Got Knox to take the snap. Slade to his left. Going to go in motion there with Moopy. He's going to bring it down here to the near side, and he's going to get wrapped up for a loss on that play, I believe.
Yeah, it was I don't say it was a missed block, but we just got out blocked on that outside receiver. Kind of blew that up, and then the cornerback came in and cleaned it up. It's going to be 3rd and 5. And, again, they didn't give it to Slade. They did a little end around, kind of slot around, or that wing position come around.
We've got
really need a first down to kind of help put this thing away.
We got Travion to Knox's left on this snap. I believe Screven just showed their linebackers blitz on that play. They're going to back out of it. Snap to Knox. Power. He's going to get stripped and lose the ball. I believe Screven hopped on that right there on around the 29-yard line. So Screven forces the fumble. They're going to set up here. 7 minutes, 35 seconds left in the ball game, and deep in Red Raider territory.
Now we're going to see what we're made of. See if our defense can bow their back and keep them out of the end zone. Again, I'm not super concerned about the.
See if we can make one more big stand right here.
You know, the potential final changing, but I don't want us to get sloppy here late. It's unfortunate that we wasn't at least able to punt the ball there. Again, a lot of humidity out there. Ball being, you know, these guys are doing the defense. They're doing it. Obviously, they haven't quit. You know, they've doing everything they can, slapping and poking and pulling. Was able to dislodge that ball.
All right, Screven's going to look to throw. Oh, and we had our DB break on that route there. Aiden Cothran was about an eyelash away from picking that ball off.
Yeah, we want to see him get a catch on defense too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he was not far away from taking that ball right back.
Clock stops with an incomplete pass. 7 minutes and 27 seconds remaining in the game. It's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Gamecocks. 7 seconds on the play clock. 5, 4, 3, 2, and he gets it off.
He's back to pass, fakes the handoff. Jeremiah Williams is chasing him down. He gets the throw off, and it's broken up there on that play by Brody Rowland.
Man, got his hand in there. If nothing else, I'm not sure he got his hand on the ball, but he distracted the receiver. Just a great play there by that young man. Safety.
Great play by Jeremiah Williams there, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket, applying pressure on that play.
7:19. So the clock stops on incompletions. I'd like to rather see that thing run. But in their situation, they've got to throw the ball, really and truly. They haven't shown a lot of success in the last 10 or 12 minutes running the ball.
Takes a handoff, throws it out. Aiden Cobb! Oh, gosh. And that time he might have been closer than the previous time because he did get his hands on that one, but was trying to make a diving attempt there. Regardless, that pass ball is incomplete.
Yeah, that's a woulda, coulda, shoulda. A half a second. He stays on his feet, catches the ball, and he scores on defense.
That's one of those as a quarterback. It scares you when that ball starts floating out there for a long time.
Yeah, the quarterback threw it before the receiver made his break, but the defender saw it, which was Aiden Cothran. Clock stops again, 7-11. 4th down and 10 here for the Gamecocks. You got to think they're probably going to throw it again, but they're sort of in a tight package here. Going to have
Screven's going to call a timeout. Their coach is not happy right now. They do not want to be blowing timeouts at this stage of the ball game.
Yeah, we're going to take a quick timeout with them and honor some sponsors. Be back in just a moment.
All right, and we're back. 4th and 10 here for the Screven Gamecocks on your Red Raiders 34-yard line. Quarterback's going to take the snap under center, drop back. That play is blown dead. He might have got lucky that it was because our Red Raiders were all in that backfield on that play.
I think a key had him another sack planned out. It's going to take them back 5 more yards.
You know their coaches are not happy right now.
Yeah, after a timeout, that's even tougher when you come out and have a procedure call. Probably going to run the same play. They got to get 15 for the first down. Typically on a 4th down situation like this, you need to throw for the distance. We've made some really good defensive plays tonight, tackled well.
All right, here we go. Screven's quarterback takes a snap, throws it deep downfield. We've got a great play on that ball by Aiden Cothran to break that up. In and out of the receiver's hands, off of Aiden's hands. Regardless, that ball falls incomplete, and your Red Raiders are going to take over on their own 34-yard line right here.
What a game. And Aiden going over, both the Raiders going over and checking on the guy, the Gamecock. I'm not sure if he's cramping. That's probably what it is. Yep, I think it's a cramp. They were going to, assist the young man. I think he told him he didn't need any help. But I don't know who else could be it's going to be close between the player of the games and we don't announce those personally from our broadcast, but you got to look at Aiden, what he's done on both sides of the ball, but you can't –
can't overlook the guy throwing him the ball.
And you can't overlook what Richardson did tonight, too, with the extra effort and the long run he had. Just a combination of those gentlemen that have, put our Raiders up tonight, 23-7, with 7 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter.
Then, of course, you got to give some credit to the guys up front blocking for those guys. They've done a great job in the trenches tonight. Yeah. Defense has been stout.
I said it earlier. We've dominated. Our offensive line has looked great tonight. We've matched up well with this crew, and folks, these guys ain't skinny on this other line. They got some real size. We were looking at the lineups on the way, even though I left the lineups on the printer at school, but I was looking through them on the computer. They got 5 or 6 guys that's 300 plus, and a couple of them's on the field right now. And but our guys have matched up really well tonight up front.
Snap knocks, hand off to Travion. There he goes, off guard. Travion's going to pick up. He's out to the midfield right now. That's where he's going to get brought down here. He's going to break into Screven County territory on their 49-yard line.
We're in what we used to call, maybe what they call it, a horseman formation, where you basically have 4 dudes in the backfield. That's 3 running backs and the quarterback. I'd like to see Travion exit the stage here and keep him healthy. I know he was cramping a little bit earlier. It was a good-looking run from him, but we got some guys that can tote that rock for these last few minutes. See if we can't put this thing away right here.
Huge game by Travion tonight. I'd be willing to say he's got 150 on the ground probably tonight. Snap and knocks. Handoff.
Oh, there's a juke.
Oh, we're breaking a couple tackles. Moopy's down the sideline to the 30 where he's going to get upended there, but another
15-yard gain.
Near 15 to 20-yard gain on that play. Your Red Raiders are icing this one away.
Clock running down to 6 minutes now on the clock. Getting chunks here. Whether we score again is not the point. We just want to put this thing away. Don't give them an opportunity to have any chance to get back in this ball game. You know, we had a turnover earlier, but our defense held.
Just want to ice this one away. Stay healthy the rest of the game. Snap and knocks. Hand off to Moopy again. He's going off the right side this time. He's going to run into a Screven County defender there, and they're going to bring him down.
He was just kind of following his blocker there. Actually had his hand on his hip right in front of him. Again, don't have to have 20-yard chunks here. Just 3 to 5 yards. Just keep getting just a couple more first downs. We'll run this clock on down.
Just stay ahead of the chains. Keep it moving.
As the time is winding down, I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight on a long trip like this. We understand that it's difficult for families to get out late and return late. That's the biggest thing. We'll be at well after midnight getting home tonight. But
and off the Travion, he goes off right tackle, breaks it out. I believe he's going to pick up the first down.
Well, we thank you for joining us, supporting this NFHS network. I mentioned earlier, this is a subscription base. A lot of schools and I think maybe here the Gamecocks are broadcasting on YouTube. That's a free platform for people to join and join in and watch. And it's good. It's okay. But with the subscription plan, our school gets, my program gets a portion of that subscription, which is priced the lowest it can possibly be, from the monthly dues of $12.99 to the annual pass of $79.99. That is the absolute cheapest. I've never, since they started subscription, I can offer as much as I want. I can charge as much as I want to over that.
Travion takes another carry there off left tackle. He's going to get wrapped up though around the line of scrimmage there. He danced around, made a couple guys miss again.
I mentioned earlier we do upwards of 120 to 30 broadcasts we have in the last year and a half, especially with the new AI systems that we have in place. And you're talking $80 a year. You're talking way less than $1 a broadcast that you can tune in live or watch on demand later. It's completely up to you. Also, what that allows us to do, be a part of the NFHS network, who is in a contractual agreement with the GHSA, which gives us the opportunity to travel and produce playoff games at all sporting events.
And off Moopy there, going off right tackle. He's going to get a couple yards out of that, but it's going to bring us to third and I think they're going to mark it about 3rd and 7 here.
And one more comment on that. Schools like Applin and here, where Applin does Facebook or their local news courier does, and other schools that broadcast on these free platforms, they do not have that ability. They cannot go in. They will not allow them to go into specifically playoff games, whether it's football, softball, baseball, basketball. But we have the right to do that. Schools cannot turn us down to go and broadcast playoff events, and that's one of the biggest reasons that I use this platform, and I have for the last 12 years.
Snap to Knox, hand off to Moopy, off guard. Moopy's going to take that in for a touchdown. That's going to seal this game for sure, as your Red Raiders are going to take a 29-7 lead on that touchdown run by Moopy Green there. That hole just opened up again. Our offensive line has done tremendous work tonight.
You're exactly right. And maybe the MVP tonight is our offensive line. Again, allowing all these good things to happen, giving Knox the time to throw to Aiden to make those great catches, giving these running backs the opportunity to do what they just did, score with ease there, and I could have drove my truck through that hole.
And Isaiah Robinson's going to line up for another point after attempt here. Good snap, the hold, good kick. It is good.
That's a good solid 1-point attempt right there. 30-7, your Raiders lead with 2 minutes and 23 seconds. We have sealed the deal here. The Bacon County Red Raiders are going to go 1-1 on the season. And, man, what a turnaround from last week. Again, I'm not saying we played horribly awful. We just didn't play up to our expectation. But, man, what a terrific turnaround for this coaching staff, for these boys, and what a win for not only this football team but Raider Nation. For all of you that are watching, for those that made the travel over here tonight, not certain exactly what we're in store for. Me and Sky had some conversations that we hoped what we were going to see was what we see tonight, but we didn't know if it was going to be the opposite. But we are certainly glad that this is what we're witnessing tonight. As we see a group of young players, majority of them young athletes, getting better. And that's all you can ask for.
We got knocked down last week, and we've responded and gotten up in a big way tonight. Coming out here facing a Screven team that went 9-2 last season.
Exactly. They were I think they may have lost their last regular season game. I can't remember. But they won the first round of the state playoffs. And, again, we're defeated by Swainsboro.
Good kick there by Isaiah.
Oh, ball's out.
That ball is out. Screven's going to fall on it, though, I believe, near that far sideline.
2 minutes and 9 seconds. Our defense is going to come on the field. You got to think, again, Screven's got a little pride here. They're going to probably sling it a couple times here to see if they can put one in the end zone to shrink up that lead that we have a little bit with 2:08. Run a 2-minute offense. It's an opportunity for practice if the coach can get them motivated to do so.
And we were told Screven did not play last week, so right now they may be trying to take advantage of all the reps they can get. Screven's going to get started here at midfield, 1st and 10 with 2:08 left in this ball game. They're going to run it. We're going to wrap him up in the backfield. He might have lost a yard on that play or just got back to the line of scrimmage. Regardless, it's going to be 2nd and 10, and that clock is going to continue to tick down.
I'll tell you one thing. I was just thinking, man, it's going to be a good ride home. It's 2 hours, but we're going to have some good conversation, and it's going to be a lot better ride home for these young men as well on the bus, where it's going to take them about 2:20, 2:30. They're going to enjoy that Subway sandwich they're going to get after the game a little bit more too, and whatever else that the Touchdown Club has provided for them to snack on before they head out. And again, there's so much involved, so many people, and so many moving parts when it comes to supporting a football program.
Throw down here to the near side. Akey Brown's going to chase down that receiver. He's going to make a gain of about 9 on that play.
Minute and 10. Clock still churning. It's going to be 3rd down and about 3. Long 3. 4, they got it on the board. 54 seconds. It continues to run. They're no interest in they got a timeout left, but they ain't no interest in stopping the clock here. They're just running a 2-minute offense. Again, I've mentioned a lot of moving parts supporting a football program. I think everyone involved.
Snap. I think that ball was out. That's a fumble on that play.
Raiders are going to recover. We won't get a chance to.
We jumped on it. That's Jace Chancey coming out of that pile with the football.
We're going to get a chance for a kneel down. Man, that's always – you like to be able to do that, especially when you're at someone else's field taking care of business, and you get to make one last little kneel down in that victory formation. Again, I want to thank all the moving parts. I want to thank Sky for joining us this evening and for the rest of the year as we will be commentating the away games. We're not with radio this year. We want to thank Mr. Paul Dean for being a part of our program for the last couple years as he opened up his station on Friday nights, and he was there manning it. We know Brother Paul has had some health difficulties and issues the last couple years, and we're just unable to do radio this year for a couple reasons, and we just want to, again, thank him for supporting our program. Joe Hayes and Heath Carver will be the voice of the Raiders on Friday nights at home, but myself and Sky, hopefully, Lord willing, will be traveling to each game that the schools allow us to go and bringing you Red Raider football at away games. And it's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Your Raiders are 1-1 on the 2024 season. Congratulations, Coach Mark Wilson and his staff and our Red Raiders. Sky, any final thoughts before we wrap things up and head back to Alma, Georgia?
Great win for the Red Raiders. They look great tonight. I mean, of course, there's always things to clean up, but you come out of a game with a 30-7 victory, you're feeling pretty good about yourself going forward. You know, plenty of football left to be played this season, but after last week, they're trending in the right direction.
Absolutely. And we'll end on that note there. As I said it earlier, we just day to day keep getting better. Week to week we get better. And that's what we saw from last week to this week, and I anticipate us continuing to move forward. We're going to be back home next week. I believe we're hosting Berrien County, another red school. You'll get it right next week. But again, join us live on the NFHS Network next week at home if you can't make it to the game. But we always encourage you to come travel or go to home games. Please support these boys and the band and the cheer and everything that goes on. Again, there's a lot of moving parts to help support a football program. And on behalf of the administration, that's our principal, Charlie Powell. I knew it. Didn't slip my mind. Assistant Principal Clint Johnson and Assistant Principal
Amy
Livingston. And Athletic Director Shug Parker. I want to thank him so much for supporting what we do as well as we head into this 2024, continue into this 2024 season. Thank you to all the sponsors that allowed us to be here. Thank you for all the viewers. And we're going to say good night and God bless, live again from Savannah, Georgia, as your Bacon County Red Raiders defeat the Screven County Gamecocks 30-7.